Yo, what's going on, everybody? Today I got a special video for you. I'm doing a training plan swap with Alex Filitti. You guys might know him from his videos at Meta Endurance on YouTube and on Instagram. I've sent him one cycle from my 9-day training plan, and he sent me 1 week from his 7-cycle training plan, and we're gonna switch it up. I'm gonna do his workouts and he's gonna do mine. Alex is very generous, and he would say that Alex and I are very similar in terms of our current performance, in terms of our marathon paces, but I think Alex is a much faster guy than I am. So how's this gonna work? We've sent the workouts kind of in the ways that we train. I train a lot by effort and time, and Alex trains by power. So I've got my Stride foot pod on, I got my Polar watch, which I feel like for me has given me the best results in terms of working well with the Stride foot pod, and we're gonna do a workout. I'm gonna start off today. It's a session day with a little warm up, and then we'll do some drills, and then we'll get into the session. First rep, 1 mile at critical power. That's for me. Right now it's 281 watts. First mile complete. Normally, when I run mile repeats at this effort level, I do a walk recovery, but Alex has a jog recovery. But it's 400 meters, so it's a little bit longer than what I normally do. So we'll do that, jog 400, catch my breath, and then 3 times 400 at 105 to 110% critical power, which I think will put me somewhere close to 300, I think. So I think that's kind of in between 10K and 5K pace for me. Now, the way that Alex wrote up this training plan, he had it so that way it was supposed to be a track workout, but I don't really have a lot of access to tracks, and with the foot pod I have good accuracy, and even though there's slight elevation changes here, it's multi-flat, but the power meter can correct for those changes in elevation, so it'll be just as good for me out here. Third rep complete. That's the end of the set. 8-minute recovery jog, and then we'll run it all back again. 2 more sets. Second set complete. 8-minute recovery before the final set. Now, after that mile repeat and the start of set 2, I wasn't sure if I was going to make it to set 3. Now I'm feeling okay about it. My mind has settled down, and now I feel like if I could just survive the mile part of the final set, I'll be able to finish the workout. Might not be pretty, but we'll get the right effort in. That workout was brutal. Gosh, Alex, what are you doing to me?
That evening, Alex had planned for a double, So I was supposed to go on a second run for 30 minutes easy at 70 to 75% of critical power. But instead, I went to the gym for a leg session, 3 sets of 6 reps of squats, Romanian deadlifts, Bulgarian split squats, hamstring curls, and calf raises. I felt like this was a good substitute. Plus, I ran a bit extra yesterday, which was technically day 1 of me running Alex's plan. And instead of the planned 40 minutes, I ran 90 that day.
Good morning, everybody. It is now day 4 of Alex's training plan. Yesterday was an easy day. 75 to 80% of critical power for 40 minutes run with an optional 1 hour easy spin on the bike. I kind of switched it up a little bit and I went for about an hour and a half for an easy run over in Moraine Hills State Park. The power number ended up being probably a little bit lower than it should have been as required on the plan, but I felt since I went longer, it was okay. And then in the evening, instead of getting on the bike, I went for a nice long walk with my wife. So that was yesterday. Today, on day 4, Alex has written for 70 minutes of an endurance run, and that is 75 to 80 to 85% of critical power for 70 minutes, and that's it. For me, this is gonna be pretty much like a 70 minutes of a gray zone run, somewhere in between easy and marathon pace. So it's not a kind of run that I normally do. So this is a little bit different for me. Well, let's go, it's a beautiful day. – 25 minutes into the run for now. Feeling good. Kind of like running this, like, I guess it's a tempo pace, a slower tempo pace, but that in between easy and marathon effort, it's a lot of fun, but my legs are still very sore from that workout earlier this week. Woo, I'm feeling it.
Alex didn't have anything scheduled for the afternoon, but I did end up going to the lake with my family. We rented some paddle boats, so I'm gonna go ahead and count that as a light 1 hour recovery session.
We're on day 6 now. It is about 9 o'clock in the morning here in Crystal Lake. Today's run is 40 minutes at 75% to 80% of critical power. For me, that's about 210 to 225 watts. I think that's going to translate to about the high end of easy everyday pace for me. Just at the 40-minute mark on today's run. Feels really nice to get the legs moving. Now we're going to wrap it up with a handful of strides. Final day of Alex Filitti's plan. Today on the menu, we've got a fartlek, 20-minute warm-up, and then a little bit of a ladder, going from 1 minute on intervals all the way up to 4-minute intervals with equal time recoveries, going up to 4 minutes and then back down, all hovering right around threshold pace. The longer reps will be right under threshold or critical power, and the shorter ones will be slightly above. This will be interesting. I usually don't have workouts with this many kind of like fine gradations in terms of effort level. So I know this kind of running is a skill and one that I've never developed really. So let's see how I do. first jog. That 1 minute was pretty painless. Went by very quick. Two-minute rep complete. Felt good. Still feeling good. Third one done. That one was right at threshold, slightly underneath. It's a longer rep. Feel it, but still feeling good. 3 minutes with a 3-minute recovery jog. Let's go. Next one's 4 minutes, and then we're already at the top of the ladder. So that 4-minute rep was really nice. Power levels there are pretty much at like kind of a little bit on the higher end than marathon effort, or pretty much right around marathon effort. So felt really nice to just kind of let the legs open up a little bit and stride. Look at these cranes. 3-minute rep completed, felt good, right at that threshold range. Now we get to the 2-minute and the 1-minute reps. And on the one hand, it seems like these should be easy because they're so short compared to what I've already done, but they're gonna get faster. So I'm just not very used to running faster and faster as the workout goes on. So this will be hard. All right, guys, last one, fast one. Let's go. All right, guys, that was a fun workout. Now I'm gonna do a little cool down. I'm gonna have to cut it short a little bit because I'm running late. Gotta get the kids ready for summer camp.
That evening, the last session that Alex had planned was a 1-hour spin on the bike, and I elected to switch this out again for a leg day. The squat racks were full, so I had to adjust my RDLs, but otherwise, it was the same leg day as earlier in the week. Overall, I enjoyed training like Alex. And while figuring out the percentage of critical power numbers that I was supposed to be doing for different parts of the run seemed overly complicated at first, the prescribed efforts generally boiled down to recovery, easy, gray zone, marathon, threshold, and 5K or VO2 max. These are all paces that I regularly use to varying degrees in my own training. And I remember that before I had enough experience to know intuitively what my training effort ranges should feel like, I loved using my foot pod to help me learn how to train at these intensities. And training like Alex for the week was a nice double check to validate that what I'm feeling in my typical training corresponds to some actual objective data points. Now, I normally train on a 9-day cycle, which gives me an extra easy day between hard sessions. The 7-day cycle that Alex prescribed puts the sessions closer together, but it kind of evens out because one of those sessions is a gray zone run that isn't as difficult or taxing on the body as some of the other sessions. The final main difference between mine and Alex's training is that there is a greater variety of speeds. I normally only train at easy effort, threshold, and marathon effort. I don't do a lot of VO2 max work, and then even when I do, I tend not to mix different pace ranges within the same workout, which is something that seemed to be a consistent feature in Alex's sessions. I had a lot of fun training like Alex for the week. The workouts were rigorous and fun, and the overall structure was very new to me, but with a lot of familiar components. Thank you to Alex for inviting me to participate in this workout swap.